What's going on, guys? Today we're talking about Sora and Yozora, and more specifically how they're connected. We're going to go over the possible theories as to why they're connected, starting off with Yozora being the player. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, when it comes to Yozora as a boss in Kingdom Hearts, he's definitely not like any other boss you face. If anything, he's arguably one of, if not the strongest. Lingering Will may have something to say about that. But still, Yozora is a tough battle. His attacks range from blasting lasers, to trapping you in a box, to even taking your own Keyblade. And what makes it worse is that all of his attacks happen at random points, so you don't know what's going to come next. And what makes him even more powerful? The Koopa coin that gives him an extra life. And who else uses one? Well, we do, the player. Okay, I use them a lot, I can't help it, okay? But who is here to save Sora? Well, technically we are, but also Yozora. What I'm trying to say is that we as the player control Sora. And what if that's who Yozora is? Another player. Because think about it, when Sora and Yozora first met, Yozora mentions that this is not what he really looks like. And don't forget, they're both in two completely different realms, one of fiction and one of reality. So what if in Yozora's world, he played Kingdom Hearts as someone else, and his player is Yozora, and that's why he's able to use Koopa coins and use people's Keyblades, because that's what he does when he plays the game. It's like a world within a world, like that Simpsons game. Either that, or he's the player from Kingdom Hearts Union X, and he's trying to save Sora because he needs his help to get the lost members of the Dandelions like Ephemer and Ventus. And with Sora using the power of waking in the way that he did, and the consequences because of that, maybe that was the only way they would cross each other's path. And also, maybe the reason why Yozora said this is not what he really looks like is because he's had different looks throughout his life, because of the different looks we give our characters in Union X. So another option as to why they're connected is Yozora is here to save the real Sora. So when Yozora and Sora first met, a lot of people, myself included, were confused to Yozora's line of, "Why are you using Sora's name?" Now there's two options. Either Yozora knows that the Sora who is in front of him isn't the real Sora, and he was trying to catch him out. Also, Sora's response was to say that he is Sora. Didn't sound convincing, which makes you wonder, with there being two different realities, are there two different versions of each person? Like how in the Kingdom Hearts world, there's a nobody, and in Union X, there's a somebody. What if that's the case in Quadradum, but a multi-dimensional version? Don't forget Luxord from Organization 13 and the driver for Yozora do sound near identical.
Truer words were never spoken.
Impressive, is it not?
And Sora from the fictional world of Kingdom Hearts does look different compared to the reality version. For all we know, the Sora Yozora knows might be a dark and twisted version of Sora, so that's why he reacted the way he did. So the other option is Yozora does know a Sora, but instead of it being the one we all know and love, it's actually the girl from the Verum Rex trailer. You just don't know. And with the Master of Masters being linked to this world in Kingdom Hearts, we don't know if he manipulated Yozora's eyes to show someone else instead of Sora. I mean, he is the all-powerful MOM, so anything is possible. Okay, so the final theory as to why they're connected is that Yozora and Sora are the same person. Hold on, let me explain. Earlier I mentioned about how Yozora said this isn't what he looks like. So what if instead of being the player, he's actually one half of Sora? Because when we started our journey in Kingdom Hearts 3, Sora had just failed his Marker Mastery exam by falling into the darkness. And his powers weren't exactly the same as before. What if Yozora holds that power, and that's why he's as powerful as he is? Plus, you could make an argument that Yozora actually possesses the power of waking. Like how Riku was able to dive into Sora's mind in his version of Destiny Island. Yozora pointed his crossbow at Sora, and the world changed from the final world to the nightlife of Quadradum. So by him saving Sora, it's actually so that they can become one whole person. And it's not like Sora hadn't had another person's heart inside of him. We saw it with Roxas, as well as Ventus. Also, it's interesting to note that Sora's outfit in Kingdom Hearts 4 is more on the darker side like Yozora's. And even when he summons the Keyblade, he does it in a way that's different from the fiction world, and more like Yozora when he summons his sword. And let's not forget about Yozora literally quoting Sora's lines in the intro to Kingdom Hearts 1. So the connection has to be there. And with Rex from Toy Box thinking that Sora was Yozora, it makes you wonder if they're unable to see each other at the same time. Because Sora was mistaken for him in a world where Yozora was a video game character. And Yozora said, "Why are you using Sora's name?" Because he couldn't see Sora, and until they fuse together to become whole, they won't see one another. Which could be why we didn't see Yozora in Quadradum. And when Donald explains to Sora that Yozora isn't him, Sora seemed adamant that it was. Now that could just be jealousy on Sora's part, but either way, it's an interesting theory. And don't forget, even the names, with Sora translating to sky in English, and Yozora translating to night sky. And what does Sora fall into in Dream Drop Distance? Darkness, or as some people call it, a night sky. The whole idea does sound pretty cool, and even if these theories don't come to fruition, the idea of Sora and Yozora, two individuals who look different, sound different, who come from totally different realms of life, from Sora's happy-go-lucky world of Kingdom Hearts, to Yozora's reality of Quadradum, from gummy ships to cars, from Heartless to robots, to Keyblades to crossbows. But one thing remains the same. They both want to find the person that means the most to them, and that's where the true connection lies. So yeah guys, that'll be it for today, but I want to know, what do you think the connection between Sora and Yozora is? Let me know in the comments below, subscribe, and remember, may your heart
Be your guiding key.